All right, what a great way to start Saturday. Hey, welcome to all of you, very special guests to Marine Stadium, which in a few minutes will be called something else, but we're really glad that all of you are here today. So I'm Brent Dennis, and I serve all of you as your Parks, Recreation, and Marine Director. Thank you, thank you. So we have a lot of people here today, but I did want to just take a moment and just recognize a few folks. But let's hear it for the Dixieland Band. That's a great start to the day. Awesome. They're actually going to help wrap it up when we do a little ceremony here a bit later. But we have some special speakers. We're not going to be here a long time, but this is really an important time to gather and do something significant within our park today. So I do want to recognize a couple people. We have Linda, we're right here in the front. In terms of Larry's wife, we'd have some special, beautiful flowers for a beautiful lady. Yeah, I got to meet Linda at our first, we had an abbreviated season, as you know, with the municipal band this summer, but I got to meet her at the first concert here in the park. So we're glad that she's here. Also, when I mentioned our department by name, we have Marine Bureau is a real important aspect. And Elvita Halloran, she's over here somewhere with Todd Leland and Eric Woodson, great team. Eric, thank you for working on the signs that we're going to be unveiling here shortly. But Alvita had mentioned that we have a couple of our Marine Advisory Commissioners here today. So we have Mark Turpin. Mark Turpin is somewhere. You can just wave. And then I have to introduce this next gentleman properly. So it's Bruce Double D McCrae. So Bruce is here. I hope I introduced that correctly. Also, we have our Parks and Recreation Commission. I think Susan Redfield is here. So right here. Susan, welcome. Glad you're here. And also, we have a great, I used to refer to them as our Parks Foundation, but Partners of Parks is our not-for-profit that helps us do a lot of amazing things. And Trinka Rousel and Randy Zarn are over here in the bright green shirt. So we're glad you're here today. We appreciate everything you do. And I mentioned our Marine team, but also our Community Recreation Services team. They're the behind-the-scenes folks that take care of all the pageantry and refreshments. So we have Ashley Grissett and Stephanie Perez over here. Thank you, ladies, for getting us organized today. So I mentioned that we did have an abbreviated season, but coming out to the 2 weeks of our municipal band performances and getting to meet, I think, one of the best selections for our municipal band, and that's Kurt Curtis, and he'll be speaking to you shortly, but he's here somewhere. Where's Kurt? Over here. Great person. We've been brainstorming on a whole bunch of really fun things to introduce the municipal band outside of just the summer concert season, so I'm excited about that, Kurt. Also, excuse me, I wanted to mention that just being out in the midst of the community in the concert venues, it just spoke volumes to me how important live music is to everybody in Long Beach. So this is a tribute to all the talented performers and people willing to give back to enrich our cultural life. So I want to pause now. The last event like this, we were over in El Dorado Park celebrating our new athletic field, and I was so concerned about introducing the mayor quickly, I skipped the Pledge of Allegiance. So everyone has put in capital letters on my little script, don't forget the pledge. So normally I go out into the audience and I try to find a young person because I think that's really cool to showcase how important Pledge of Allegiance is to young people. But knowing that next month, November is almost upon us, we're going to be honoring our veterans. Bill Thomas is here, and he's going to come up and join me in leading our Pledge of Allegiance. So, Bill, please come up. You'll do it from here. Okay. All right. We'll face Old Glory here. You ready? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Great. Thank you, Bill. Awesome. And thanks for your service to our country. So I love this next moment in all of our programs because I get to introduce the leader of our city. It's a gentleman that has a great passion for everything about quality of life in the city of Long Beach for our residents and also our visitors. But in particular, I've always appreciated his support for parks and recreation and marine and animal care services. I always like to include them. So it's an honor to introduce our mayor of Long Beach, Dr. Robert Garcia. Mayor.
Thanks, man. Thank you, and welcome. And I want to first just say that it's so nice to actually start coming out again, and to see people at events. The last year and a half plus, almost 2 years now, has been very hard for all of us. And one of the big impacts I think that we've all had has been the loss of all of the great music that has been such a tradition. Here, not just in our community, but just everywhere across the city. And I know we've had, music has started to come back. We've had some concerts, and folks are coming back to different shows to watch the band, to watch musicians across the city. But we are getting to a place now, I think, where things are really coming back. And I think next year is going to be a really, really special year for the band, for Long Beach, and for everyone's recovery and hopefully good mental health as well. Because we know that music changes lives and improves our health. I want to start by giving a round of applause to the entire Parks and Recreation team. Can we give them a big round of applause? Brent and the entire team, they're fantastic. I want to also thank our Parks and Recreation as well as our Marine Advisory Commissioners. They were just recognized. But one of the great things is, as mayors, you get to appoint all these amazing people to these great positions. So let's give them a round of applause as well. Good job. Except for Bruce. I'm not sure why I pointed you to anything. But and I want to, before I talk a little bit about Larry and just the moment, I want to also thank, she's going to speak in a minute, but this would not be possible without Councilwoman Price's leadership and strong dedication to the band and to the arts in Long Beach and to the community. So, Susie, congratulations. So I just want to, just real briefly, to the Curtis family and the extended Curtis friends, I want to just say how important the municipal band through Larry's work has been for our community. It's part of our history. It's part of what everybody looks forward to every year. It's where friends gather, where family gathers. And for me personally, when I first got involved in the city, I'm a longtime musician. I don't play actively anymore, but I played the trombone in college at Long Beach State. I was in the band at the university. I was in the band in high school. I was our high school and college conductor. I was the drum major of the marching band. And so for me, music is part of my life and has been. In fact, I was just mentioning that, and I'm going to go back to conducting the band. I've conducted the band before, the municipal band in the past, and so this next season maybe we'll do it one more time. And so I know deeply how important music is to the community, and how important it is to Larry's legacy. And I'm really, really proud that we're going to be able to name this space after just an incredible, not just musician, but an incredible human being, which is really, really important. So let's give him a big round of applause. And I want to also just say that, losing obviously is such an important kind of pillar of a community is hard, but I think that this space will come alive through the band's music, and we're going to feel, Larry and the leadership and the music every time the band plays here at this space, and quite frankly, throughout the city. Because I'm one of those. I've had a chance to see the band just about everywhere across the city, and I especially try to go, when the band goes out and into communities that sometimes often don't have a chance to hear live music. I think that's really important, and I'm really proud of Larry's leadership and legacy. I'm also really proud that thanks to Councilwoman Price and the council, we've worked to rebuild funding for the band over the last few years. I don't know if you all remember, but prior to Susie and I getting on board, there were cuts coming to the band, and I think we stopped that and we started increasing, and we look forward to doing that again. I want to present this proclamation, and Susie, if you want to come up here as well. And this is whoever wants to come on up from the Curtis family or friends or anyone else, come on over. Linda, come up. But I just want to read a little bit about what's on this proclamation. I won't read everything, but I just want to read a little bit. Larry Curtis was born in 1937, Dallas, Texas, for those that didn't know. He was a musical prodigy who had early success as a jazz drummer in various big bands and jazz quartets, appearing on Dick Clark's American Bandstand. Did y'all know that? Larry also attended East Texas State University and obtained a Master's of Arts in Music from Adams State University in Colorado, where he began to teach prior to becoming the director of bands at Cal State Long Beach, our alma mater, and many of our alma maters. Go Beach. Professor Curtis's 25-year tenure as director of bands at Cal State Long Beach became one of the most productive tenures at the university. And in fact, never let an American flag fall on the floor. And Professor Curtis, of course, has a tenured history at the university. And for those of us that were, anybody here was ever in the university band or played band? All right. So, yeah, me too. So for those that played in the band at the university, you know about Larry, like you know about that time. So it's part of the history at Cal State Long Beach. Larry established the American Winds Concert Band, a professional wind band, which performed its inaugural concert at the Hollywood Bowl. And Larry served as conductor of the Long Beach Municipal Band for 27 years, conducted more than 700 concerts, making it the country's longest-running municipal band. That's incredible. And so, obviously, on behalf of the whole city, I want to present this really not just to Larry's family, but just to the community. Just that we all love Larry very much, and a lot of love here. So, love you guys. Okay, let's take a picture. We're excited. Linda. Yeah, come on over. Let's go over here. Thank you. And with that, I want to go ahead and introduce the incredible leader that helped make this happen and actually put this on the agenda to get it through the City Council, Councilwoman Price.
Well, good morning, everyone. This is among my top favorite days as a council member because we are in one of my favorite places in the city, which is where we hear a lot of live music. We're enjoying a beautiful view of the water, which to me represents this space right here, the best of Long Beach for me personally. And we're surrounded by community members who all have a common interest of supporting the arts, enjoying live music, and supporting one another in what it means to be residents of this beautiful city. So I'm just so grateful to be here this morning. It's just, I'm trying to take it in because I know there are a lot of days where you have challenges and obstacles and sometimes not great news to share. And so on the days where we have a sense of community and so much love for such a good reason, I like to really try to take a deep breath on moments like that and treasure it. So I'm really grateful for all of you for being here. So thank you. I want to thank our Parks, Rec, and Marine Department. I'll tell you, anytime we launch a new project in the city, if it's in your district, the department will invite you to come out and basically, open it up to the public. And Parks and Rec does it the best. They have balloons, they have music, they have food. They make it this just like really festive atmosphere. Public Works will just hand you a hard hat. We'll take a quick picture and you move on. But Parks and Rec really makes it a community event. And so no offense, trust me, I'll take all the infrastructure projects I can get. But thank you to Parks and Rec for making it fun and giving us a reason to celebrate today. I actually texted my family and I was like, I can't believe you guys didn't come. There's music, there's food. It's like a concert in the park. This is just an amazing way to start the day. So thank you. I want to thank Linda and Kurt and the rest of Larry's family for helping support us and support this project and support the Muni Band and for being here today. I want to specifically say, there's no reason to thank me. I'm just the mechanism that takes great ideas to the board, to the council to vote on. Really all the great ideas come from you. And in this situation, I want to thank Kay Cofield, Dennis Houlihan, and Laura Spino for challenging me to put this on the agenda. And if you guys, can you stand up just real quick? Because they're just, Dennis is my neighbor. I mean, these are just amazing people who are really silent supporters of the Muni Band and the Friends of the Muni Band. And they've just been just really steady, sustained support for the band. And so I'm really grateful that they're here. The other thing I want to do is thank my team. We're really big on community engagement and surveys. We actually put out a survey to all the third district residents. I think we have like 17,000 people on the list about whether people wanted to name this park after Larry. And 93% of the respondents wanted to vote to keep this park and to name it after Larry. And that's amazing. And we got hundreds of responses, maybe even broke 1,000. We got more responses to our survey than there are actual people who turn out to vote in some areas. And it was just unbelievable to me how much music just brings people together. It's something that people don't have apathy about. So if we could figure out how to merge music and civics, I think we'd be in a really great shape because people were super excited to fill out this survey and not some of the other ones I sent. So that was great. I want to make sure that everybody understands that we are so excited about having this park named after Larry that we actually put in 2 signs, as you're going to see in a moment, because we wanted to make sure anyone driving on Elliott sees that this park is named after him, and anyone that comes to the park and walks along Marine Stadium sees that the park is named after him. And that's not something we do for all of our park dedications, but and Brent Dennis, our amazing Parks and Rec director, made that suggestion, and we were able to work together to make that happen. Larry's impact on this city has been huge. For all of us, it's been huge. I tell people that I ran for public office with a single mission in mind, which was to build a crosswalk, to install a crosswalk right there on Elliott, because our family was such huge Muni Band supporters. We would come, but we had little kids, so we would sit on the other side, because when we sat over here, everyone complained about our kids running around. So we would sit on the other side, and on a weekly basis, I'd see my kids running back and forth, and there was no crosswalk, and it was like a very scary situation. So the concerts prompted me to get involved in civics. I wanted a crosswalk at that location. And I ran because I wanted a crosswalk. And then it turns out there's all this other stuff you have to do, like beyond crosswalks at concerts in the park, which I've tried to adapt to for 8 years. But that was the impetus for why I'm here. And I'm so grateful that all of you are here. Today is a really great day, and hopefully it's the beginning of a renewed season of passion for municipal band. Every time the debate comes up at City Council about whether to fund Muni Band, I say to people, if Muni Band isn't the thing for your district or your area, I get it. Let's figure out what is. But we don't need to cut Muni Band because it may not be popular throughout the city. We need to support it, encourage it, let it continue to grow in the areas where it's loved, and figure out what similar arts offering we can give in other parts of the city that speaks better to the residents there. We don't cut one for the benefit of the other, but we figure out how to add so that everyone can enjoy live music in whatever way that means to them. So that's my thoughts on it, and we'll continue fighting for the Muni Band. And Larry, I know you're looking down on us today. You should feel super proud of this moment, because this is your legacy, and it's going to be continued through your amazing son. So thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Excellent message. So for no further ado, let me introduce a community colleague of mine and now a great friend, and he's going to just share a few sentiments with you. Our new municipal band conductor, Kurt Curtis. Welcome.
Good morning. Great to see you all today. What a terrific turnout here this morning. And I was just looking around. Obviously, we've the Curtis family, quite a few of the Curtis family here, but so many other people I want to acknowledge as well. Musicians from Long Beach State, when he was there from 1969 through 94 or 3, right in that area. There's a bunch back here. Thank you for being here. I know he'd be so touched that you're here. Yeah. How about a hand for this talented Dixieland jazz band over here that's just tearing it up? Again, musicians from the Long Beach Municipal Band and quite a few more that have joined us here this morning too. I know he'd be touched by that, as well as a lot of his boater community friends that are here as well. And many of his colleagues, back here, there's some of his really best friends that were professional conductors and conductors at the college level and high school level are back here as well. Thank you so much for coming. Boy, he would be so touched right now that you're here. He would be so surprised that this is even happening, to be honest with you. That was never on his radar. You know, he was such a passionate man, as all of you that know him knows how passionate he was. And I think that's really what made him so successful. You know, he shared a message with me just a couple years ago. He and I had lunch together. And I'll never forget this. He said, you know, Kurt, I feel like I'm a bit of a fraud when it comes to being a musician. And I was dumbfounded. I said, "But what do you mean by that?" He said, "Well, I'm not a scholarly musician. I don't view myself that way." And I said, "Dad, you don't need to be a scholar to connect with somebody emotionally. You connect because you speak straight to their heart. You know how to connect with them musically. You're a great storyteller, and you know how to bring us all together as a community. That's your gift. That's your gift." And his gift also to musicians was that he knew how to speak language. We were always in such harmony, really, on stage. And I think the musicians that were in the band, and why the band was so good, was that they wanted to play their hearts out for him every night. And these musicians right over here can attest to that. He once told me, gave me a quote that I think really does connect, and that was, "Music is what emotion sounds like." And that's we can play a lot of notes up here, but if we're not connecting with you emotionally, then we're not connecting and we're not doing our job right. So I really truly believe that that's why the band became so good and so strong, and why it connected to you all in such a powerful way. So I'm pretty sure he's smiling down upon us in such a great way, and I imagine he's having a Manhattan right now as well, if I'm being truly honest with you. And he just couldn't be more happy that we're all here together celebrating the municipal band and celebrating community here in the city of Long Beach. And I'm pretty convinced this couldn't happen in any other city pretty much in the country. This all comes from your leadership. It comes from Mayor Garcia. It comes from all of our council people. So I want to thank Mayor Garcia. I want to thank Councilwoman Susie Price. I want to thank the Friends of the Long Beach Municipal Band Foundation. We just acknowledged them earlier. I want to thank Partners of Parks, and of course Brent Dennis and the Park, Rec, and Marine Division for helping all this happen. And lastly, I want to thank you all, because it was your support. It was all of you reaching out and making sure that that message was delivered so strongly, and it certainly was. So on behalf of the Curtis family, on behalf of Linda, on behalf of my sister Heather, and the grandkids that are here as well, I hope you understand how much this means to us, how thankful we are that this is happening, and really on behalf of the municipal band and musicians really nationwide. This is such a positive sign that we're celebrating a musician the way we are here. We all take this as something that we can be so proud of. So without any further ado, I know we want to go ahead and unveil this sign. I want to thank you again for coming, and look forward to seeing you this coming up summer. And I did some negotiation. Mayor Garcia will be taking the podium this summer as well. So we look forward to seeing you this summer, and we look forward to other opportunities that Brent Dennis had mentioned earlier that we're working on, and look forward to this next chapter, and of course continuing the legacy of Larry Curtis.
So if we could have the family come forward and join the mayor and councilwoman And this is going to be a little unique because we've never had a simulcast unveiling. But Eric Woodson's hopefully safely on a tall ladder back on Elliott. And we'll do, since we're in Council District 3, we'll do a 3, 2, 1 countdown. And then we'll unveil the sign. So. Lots of rope here. Yeah, sure. Is that better? Yeah. So again, in the spirit of Council District 3, we're going to count down 3, 2, 1 as a whole group. But on this 30th day of October in the year 2021, we come together to dedicate and celebrate the naming of this special place, the Conductor Curtis Concert Park. 3, 2, 1.